So for this video, I wanted to buy one of those like annoying orange costumes, you know, the one that's just like a big round jumper with a horrific face on it. One of these, I'll throw it on the screen. I wanted to buy one of those in prep, but then I saw the price of it. And because I haven't won the lottery yet, I don't think I can make that kind of financial investment, so the smoking crack t-shirt it is. Hi there boys, girls, nice boys in between, and welcome to another episode of world record time procrastination on making a YouTube video. So it's been a while since I last uploaded. I went into hiding for reasons I won't disclose here because somebody might report me to the authorities, but I am back now for however long I'm going to be sticking around for. And to kick off the comeback of content that's going to be returning in 2025, I feel like I should commemorate how 2024 started. So if you've been sticking around this channel for a while, you might remember a little video from the beginning of 2024 called The Annoying Orange Rabbit Hole. It's been over a year since I uploaded that video, and I mentioned and briefly looked at reviews of a Cartoon Network show around the Annoying Orange web series that is called The High Fructose Adventures of the Annoying Orange, and I didn't watch it. So I thought that to commemorate the fact that that video practically blew up my channel to the point where it is now, I feel like I should look at that Cartoon Network show. And I'm definitely doing this to commemorate the anniversary, and definitely not because I've run out of video ideas and I want to try and replicate the traction that the original video got. That's definitely not what this is. I think the most grueling aspect of this video is going to be the fact that I have to watch this Cartoon Network show. I have never seen this Cartoon Network show, but based on the reviews that I've seen, the fact that it got cancelled after a second season, I really was not looking forward to getting into this, and you guys are going to see how much the show has affected me over the course of researching for this video. For those of you who got outside, The High Fructose Adventures of the Annoying Orange is an official Cartoon Network show that aired 2 seasons and featured our favourite cast of talking demonic cryptid entities alongside a human character called Nerville, who is played by Tobuscus. Do you guys remember Tobuscus? Lovely man, made nugget and a biscuit. I wonder what he's doing now, actually.
An example definition is, this person's development was retarded.
Tobuscus. Now, for the sake of my self-esteem throughout this video, we're only going to be looking at the first season of The High Fructose Adventure of the Annoying Orange, which consists of 30 episodes. Oh my god. For the sake of my self-esteem across this video, we're only going to be looking at the videos that are free on YouTube, which consists of 16 20-minute long episodes of The Annoying Orange. Also, did y'all see The Annoying Orange's Twitter response to the Trump inauguration? That shit was wild.
I am an orange! People say that I'm annoying!
Now, due to the fact that every episode is around 11 minutes long, I'm not going to give you a play-by-play of every episode to keep this video's runtime below 72 hours, but I made notes on every episode as I was watching it, and I'll try my best to convey those notes in the most entertaining and cinematic and narrative way that I can, so bear with me. Episode 1, Veggie Zombies. I'm very ill right now, so these segments are going to sound really weird, but you're going to have to deal with that, I'm afraid. Now, the first thing I noticed in episode 1 is that the supermarket that the entire show is set in is called Dane Boe's, which is a really cute reference. For those of you who don't know, Dane Boe is the woman who created this abomination that lives in every single one of my fever nightmares. She seems really chill and cool and nice, but she did create this nightmarish abomination that feeds on every ounce of happiness I've ever felt in my life, so, you know, there's that. Throughout the entire show, they have this kind of hot, steamy, will they, won't they romance between the orange and the passion fruit. I was really invested in this plotline that never got resolved by the end, so that's something I feel like I probably might need to watch the entirety of the show for, just to fulfill that craving for fruit intimacy. So in this episode, we have our usual cast of characters such as orange, pear, marshmallow, grapefruit, and... Wait, who the fuck is that apple? Who the fuck is that? I went on the Annoying Orange character wiki to try to find out who the fuck this apple is, and first off, there's an Annoying Orange character wiki. And second off, what the fuck is this? Analog Orange. I think I missed some lore here. Anyway, I couldn't find out anything about who this apple is and where he comes from and the backstory of him, but I do really like the death page on his character wiki. The plot of this episode revolves around the fact that the Annoying Orange's friend set up an intervention for his addiction to making bad jokes, and he goes to get aversion therapy with a psychiatrist that leads to him stopping his harmful addiction, but then it turns out his addiction is what actually saves the day in the end. This isn't a joke, this is the actual plot of the episode. Nerville is also introduced here, and he just fucking dies immediately. The episode shows a Hollywood sign, and instead of saying Hollywood, it says Fruitywood. I feel like I could make some jokes, but I feel like they've already written themselves.
I told you, I'm a new orange. A serious orange. An orange who doesn't hide behind the mask of a fool.
Yo, this writing's kind of fire, actually.
Episode 2. Marshmallow. God, I've got like 14 more of these to go. Holy shit.
Episode 2 is a Star Trek parody that I don't care much about, and you can tell because I've only written down like 3 or 4 things about it. There's a new coconut character. He says about 2 lines. He's my favorite character in the entire episode. Oh, and Tobuscus is here.
Everything's fine down here. There's a little bit of smoke, but besides that, everything's fine. We're gonna funk it up tonight.
What did he say?
Episode 3. Captain Blood Orange. See, that one wasn't so bad. Maybe they'll all be this short.
Now, past this episode, I decided I could not get through the rest of the show sober, so I decided to kind of spice it up a little bit during my next watch. So I'm just about to continue the Annoying Orange TV show. I'm already, like, super drunk. I went to the pub down the street, and I just kind of, like, started binge drinking. One of the servers came up to me and they were like, "You're that famous YouTube channel, right? What are you doing?" And I said, "Ever heard of the Annoying Orange?" So I'm pretty drunk now. And to make sure that doesn't go, I have a pack of beer. I don't know if I'm gonna need to use this because I'm pretty gone already, but it'll at least ensure I don't sober up while watching this. So I'm gonna see if this is more fun while I'm intoxicated, which it will be. I thought I could get through the show without needing to drink anymore, but then the first joke of episode 3 happened and I decided I needed to go back on that immediately. Alright. Episode 3 is literally just the Annoying Orange on a boat. Just imagine the Annoying Orange and put him on a boat, and that's the episode. The plot revolves around them finding a corn cult who worship he who comes during the night shift.
You'll make an excellent offering for he who comes during night shift.
And in my notes, I've written ad-lib cum joke. Why does Pear look so weird when he's not talking? This looks really, like, strange to me. And then by the end of the episode, it's revealed that Nerville is actually the guy who comes.
Oh, hey guys, what are you doing here?
Nerval? Are you he who comes?
Well, I do work during night shift, and I do come.
This person's development was proboscis.
Episode 4, Dr. Strangeplum. This is taking years off of my life. Oh my god.
In episode 4, Dr. Strangeplum, Nerville is doing a voice that I am absolutely certain he was not doing in any of the episodes prior to this.
I'm gonna sit back and see what I can do from here. You guys go on ahead. Tell Professor Plum I said, Dandelion Rainbow. He'll know what I mean.
There's not really a whole lot that I've said about this episode. There's this bit that looks like analog horror, and they keep reusing this scream sound effect that hurts my fucking head. Although I did write that this is the best episode so far because everybody fucking dies. It's a murder mystery episode where people are dying one by one, you don't know who's doing it, but then obviously it's the guy who's not in the main cast of characters and is also only introduced in this episode and is also the obvious antagonist.
What is it, my fruity friend?
Episode 5, Fruit Vengers. That's a really good wordplay. I see what you did there, Annoying Orange Cartoon Network show. I'm so proud of that.
Now, Fruit Vengers is actually one of the episodes that I watched when I was a kid. I didn't know it was the Annoying Orange TV show, I just watched it on YouTube thinking it was part of the web series. So I do kind of remember this one a little bit more. I remember this is the one where Grapefruit commits an act of genocide, so that's fun. But in this episode, I noticed that the fruit's movements are animated, and it made me kind of fear for my safety. Although I did find this joke actually quite funny. This one actually got a laugh out of me.
I just went to Mexico! No way! Prove it!
You're holding several fingers behind your back!
Marshmallow's got super speed, you guys!
The scene where Grapefruit snaps and commits several acts of murder actually is kind of raw and does go hard.
Hey guys, where's Grapefruit?
I've never felt so powerful! It's vegetables!
And Tobuscus is barely in this one. He gets like mop hands or something at the end, and that's his entire character arc, so it's the most developed he's been in the entire show.
Episode 6, Founding Fruits. This video is already getting long. Please subscribe to me, please.
By episode 6, I could feel my will to live withering away by the second. Oh, Dum Kebab. I'm only 6 episodes in, and already I just, like, want to stop. But the video needs to be made, so, like, I've just gotta push through, I gotta soldier on. Tobuscus is in this one, and he's still doing that fucking voice. I'm so certain he was not doing that before.
It's Independence Day, when we humans celebrate the founding of our country by launching explosives into the air till 4 o'clock in the morning.
Proboscis.
Annoying Orange is confirmed to have racist ancestors, as we all suspected.
All fruits are created equal, except for apples.
But past that, I'm not gonna lie, I completely clocked out during this one.
Well, lemon is a preservative. That, and my intense passion for older women.
What?
Episode 7. Bad News Pears? I still think I have that episode title wrong.
So after drinking so much while watching these episodes that watching them anymore was starting to make me question my reason for existence, I decided to come back the next day. So it's the next day. I couldn't finish the series in one day. I am horrifically hungover from the last watch session. That's why I'm wearing these. I look horrible. I got bags so big that I wouldn't be allowed past airport security. I have a splitting headache, so I ordered a pizza. And I'm gonna finish the rest of the show, hopefully. And yeah, I'm gonna watch The Annoying Orange with a headache. I'm sure that's not gonna affect my note-taking at all. Episode 7 revolves around a bowling game where Annoying Orange is our protagonist and Grapefruit is our antagonist. Grapefruit's for some reason really freaky in this one.
Yes! Who wants to touch me?
This is a masterclass of animation right here. I was in awe watching this.
You just bumped a soda bottle?
That's not soda, that's beer, you ignorant fuck. The Annoying Orange kind of has a deep and heartfelt character arc in this episode after losing to Grapefruit. Is actually kind of sweet, and I shed a tear, I think.
You gotta roll as it lies, pipsqueak. How embarrassing is that?
And then Grandpa Lemon and Orange have a steamy, will they, won't they, yowie romance.
Oh, that's it. Oh, a little to the left.
And then the Annoying Orange beats Grapefruit at the end. Tobuscus is not in this one, so...
Episode 8. Escape from the Planet of the Grapes. I wonder what this one's referencing. I would love to have a conversation with the creative team and ask them why they chose this name.
This one's a very clear Escape from Planet of the Apes parody, but I've also not seen that either, so I don't entirely get it. There's this banana character who's just with the main gang as if he belongs there. Tobuscus is in this one and he makes a mess for comedic purposes, but honestly this scene just makes me feel sick.
Could this be a desperate cry for help? I hope not.
And the plot revolves around Orange murdering one race of grapes and then letting another race of grapes die, and then they copy Toy Story 3.
Oh no! This isn't the way to freedom! It's the way to certain death!
Episode 9. Follow the Bouncing Orange. What the fuck? I do not remember this one.
This episode focuses on toxic yaoi between the Annoying Orange and Pear.
Hey, Pear, it's me, Orange!
Yes. Hi, Orange.
Annoying Orange confesses his love to Pear, and Pear rejects him, so the Annoying Orange fucks off to the mountains.
I don't know, Orange. Maybe he just wants to see the world. Hey, I know. Maybe you should do that. Yeah, you should go on a big, grand, months-long adventure.
So I'm like a few minutes into watching episode 9, Follow the Bouncing Orange, and some tennis balls just showed up. If you remember that first video, you remember that really angry review listed Annoying Orange becoming a ruler of tennis balls or something as an example. I think it's the episode. I think we're finally gonna see what pissed that guy off so much. I was kind of like in awe to actually finally see this in person after reading so much about it.
Are you guys yellow oranges? I've never seen a yellow orange before.
And you know what? That angry review is actually right. How the fuck does Annoying Orange not know what a tennis ball is? Is he fucking stupid?
You totally miss Orange.
I do not. Then how come you want to find him so bad, Orange lover?
They are absolutely not being subtle with this shit. Also, why does Marshmallow look like they don't give a single fuck in this screenshot? Tobuscus is in this episode. He doesn't do much.
Oh, right. It's upside down.
This person's development.
They aren't yellow oranges, they're tennis balls.
What? How do you know that?
Because I got my master's in recognizing the obvious.
I want her.
Orange! You're okay!
No, I'm not. I'm an orange.
Man, it's such a shame they cut the makeout scene out of this episode.
Episode 10. Fruit Loose. Whoa, double digits. We are powering through these. Holy shit.
This one's a Footloose parody, and again, I haven't seen Footloose, so I probably don't understand it. The Annoying Orange gets fucking tased, and I think that's quite funny.
Whoa, they really did pop the beat.
Tobuscus is here, and he says a line that actually made me laugh.
Or you could fight the power, have a rally, sign a petition, misspell some words on a placard.
You guys are probably really sick of the Tobuscus bit by now, right? I'm not going to do it for this episode. I'm not going to do it for episode 10. This kindness will not extend to the other episodes. Be warned.
Episode 11. orange belt. Man, I really had nothing to say about that last one, did I?
This episode revolves around the annoying orange getting fucking jumped and learning karate to defend himself so he can protect Pear to be a good boyfriend. This one's probably also a parody to something that I'm just not getting, because it seemed like there were a lot of things in it that were supposed to be references that just went straight over my head. If you know whether or not it's referencing something, please comment about it, because I did not get it if it was. In this episode, we get to see what Pear looks like naked, and I think that was probably the best part of this episode. Tobuscus is here, and Orange beats the shit out of him.
Yeah, you can act like Pear. What is it?
Nothing. I'm just saying my mantra.
I'm your mantra?
Yo, I cannot tell if the High Fructose Adventures of the Annoying Orange is queerbaiting on purpose or not. This episode kind of solidified Pear as my favorite character, I'm not gonna lie.
I'll tell you why! Because karate is not about violence!
Episode 12. Pop Star. Really? Really? That's the name? There's not like a pun in there or anything? Oh my god. Popcorn. Pop Star Popcorn. How am I just getting that now?
This episode revolves around the Fruitcast starting a band together. Tobuscus is in this episode, and I think he has more lines in this episode than he has in the entire show.
Hey, Orange, could you stop singing, please?
The Popcorn character, who's just been introduced this episode, has an oddly thorough and well thought out character arc for the Annoying Orange TV show, and like genuinely, I'm not being ironic, no word of a lie, I was kind of invested in it.
I don't care if this song pops every last ounce of life out of that pathetic, baggy body of yours. You're a pawn at my disposal, and don't you ever forget that. Now get in there.
No!
Whoa, I forgot you'd gotten so big. But big or otherwise, you're getting into that microwave. The show must go on!
I was low-key tearing up in the scene where Popcorn defeats the main villain of the episode.
Episode 13. The day the store stood still, otherwise known as the day I have to comb through 5 hours of TikTok live footage. Oh my god, this video is going to take years.
After battling over a 2-week dispute with TikTok about age verification, they finally decided I wasn't 10 years old and they let me live stream on that app, so I live streamed while watching this since I have quite a sizable following over there and thought it would be more fun to get through it. I have to research video stuff for the YouTube shit. The research involves watching the Annoying Orange TV show. I don't want to do that sober, and I also thought it would be fun to do it live. I'm gonna be drinking. How do I like do it like a makeup channel? I haven't even started it yet, and I need a drink. I beg you, give me a shout out in the video. You'd be shouted out to like 2 people. Think about it. I would give you a plot synopsis of what happens in this episode, but I simply don't know. What? Am I high? Am I? Grapefruit's got a gun, if anybody's wondering what's happening. They're in a tunnel, and there's a big mole chasing them, and Grapefruit's got a gun. The Annoying Orange says noob, and it made me want to kill someone. After watching this episode twice, because I really did not understand what was happening, I tried my best to string together the plot of the episode. So I wrote down verbatim that the world is standing still, and they need to find a hamster to get the world to move again. But then they go underground, fight a mole, and then there's a big human guy who's evil, but he's not like human, but he's close enough. That's exactly what I have written. So it's good to see that this episode definitely made sense to me. And then Tobuscus does his best impression of his gaming videos.
What is this? Spinning ninja stars! Use your flaming trident, dude! Yes, do this first! Spin attack! What is it?
Episode 14. Fruitastic Voy Orange. That has to be the worst title so far. What the fuck is that?
In this episode, Tobuscus gets fucking abducted, and it's the best piece of animation the entire show.
Fly! Have fun!
And then the Annoying Orange gets shot. Evil alien guy from episode 1 comes back, he's like Thanos.
That's right. We've seized control of your human friend's brain as a means to your destruction.
And then they have to shrink and enter Tobuscus.
Episode 15. Lords of Fruitbush. Yo, we're getting so close to the end, I can feel the excitement in my bones, oh my god.
After not being able to get through the rest of the show on TikTok Live, I finally decided the next day this would be the day that I finally finished the show no matter what. But I ran out of drinks and really didn't want to suffer alone, so I decided to start another live stream to try and get through the rest of the show with people. What's up, y'all boys, girls, and us, boys in betweens? I said I wasn't going to do this on a live again, Believe it or not, I lied to you on purpose. I lied on purpose. And this is a life lesson to never trust anyone. In this episode, it looks like the annoying orange is wearing the SS uniform in the opening cartoon artwork, which is interesting. The annoying orange uses hood slang, gets the shit beaten out of him.
Yeah, hoods is in neighborhoods.
Dude!
In this episode, there's a gang fight going on, so the annoying orange and gang get a train in the grocery store, which is for some reason there, and go to find the neighborhood watch, who are a group of kung fu fighting muffins, and then they get framed for the murder of the lead muffin, when actually it wasn't the annoying orange that killed him, it was the evil gang. Do you see why my sanity was slipping this entire time? This episode does its best impression of East London.
Let's go! Me and you! One-on-one!
Yo, Marshmallow's kind of badass, actually. Tobuscus isn't in this one, I guess he was too busy ranting in his car or something.
Episode 16, Fruit Plane. If I sounded overly joyous there, it's because this is the last one of these I have to do for the video. It's finally over.
I'm a unicorn. Got some pixies from the back. Time to spend all my jelly beans. Yeah, pixies with a P.
What? He was talking about drinking piss. The plot of this episode revolves around somebody visiting the grocery store whose career is juicing fruits.
Juicy fun!
So the annoying orange and friends fly a plane to get away from the juice guy, and they try and fly to a place called Donkey Island, and then the plane crashes. The annoying orange tries to fly the plane, and then he fucking kills Mr. Juicy Fruit in a fucking horrific plane accident. Airport security asks to strip search one of the members of the annoying orange cast.
Sir, step out of line for a strip, sir.
And then this episode implies that the annoying orange was responsible for 9/11.
You know, I'm surprised you're willing to fly the plane after what happened the last time you were behind the control. How long is this flight?
Dude, if you don't like my crying, just say so.
Yo, I don't like the implication of fruit having a baby. It implies that they have the ability to reproduce, and that just forms so many questions in my brain, like, is it penetrative? That's not something I should put in the video. They have a lot of self-aware humor in this episode. It's really high IQ, it's like Rick and Morty. Tobuscus is here, I guess, and he steals a dead man's shoes.
Sweet mother boots. Oh!
And then the episode ended, and I was beyond overjoyed at finally finishing these 16 episodes that for some reason took me like 5 days to get through. It's done. It's done. It's done. Once more for the people in the back, it's done. I don't have to watch this shit except when I'm editing. But cross that bridge when I get to it. It's done. So in conclusion, is this show as bad as everyone says it is? Did this show deserve to have its second season cancelled? No. What we're looking at here is a beautiful and in-depth character study. Love, rivalry, abuse of power, romance. It's an intelligent and meaningful look into the human psyche. Orange being representative of the flaws that we all have in our day-to-day. The one that annoys us is himself a representation of the crooked, twisted psyche of the human brain, while Nerville, Tobuscus, nugget in a biscuit. He represents the fact there is good in all of us, that no matter how annoying the orange gets, if we reach down inside of us, we could all have more hands in the end. That while we may encounter many trials and many tribulations throughout our life, we remain optimistic, hopeful, looking forward. And as a great man once said, I can swing my sword, my diamond sword. So yeah, this show objectively sucks, but in an ironic sense, I did actually really enjoy my watch of it. And from the footage shown at the end of the YouTube videos, they show a bit behind the scenes footage, and it seems like the cast and crew actually had so much fun making this, which, yeah, it's a TV show about the annoying orange. Of course, it's gonna be fucking goofy and fun to make. It was overall a show with a lot of soul put into it, but even despite that, I'm really not sure how or why this got greenlit to air on Cartoon Network and got greenlit for another season before getting cancelled. I could feel my will to live withering away episode by episode, and now I find myself waking up at night in a cold sweat hearing that stock scream sound effect while I suffer my sleep paralysis. Although a good thing it came out streaming my suffering is that midway through TikTok Live I found out I'd reached 500 subscribers. 502! I'm gonna make a video commemorating that. 500's fucking... I know it's not a big number. There are people out there with like 100 million, but 500 for me, that's massive. Jesus Christ. And And now we're halfway to the subscriber goal of 1,000, where I will try, no promises, but I will try to figure out Twitch streaming. I've already made a Twitch account, the link is in the description if you want to follow it. There's nothing on there at the moment, but there could be if everything goes as planned. A staggering amount of you all have been making fan art and fan edits of me, which is like so insane, and I'm so taken aback by it, but I appreciate it so much. If any of you all have any silly little projects like that, you could send them to my Instagram, link will be in the description, and I'll put them on my story and credit you, and I'll put them on the highlight on my account of fan stuff. So I'm gonna end this here. This is a fun video to make. I did really enjoy making this, even if I had to watch the entire Annoying Orange TV show on YouTube to get it done. If you'll have any suggestions or ideas for video topics, I take suggestions every so often over my Instagram, again, link in the description, or you could use the comments if you'd like. And now I'm gonna go comb through 5 hours of TikTok live footage to try and find the 2 clips that I want to use for this video. So that's it for now. And as always, you're welcome.